Friends, how are you? This to me is really, really good news, and I'll tell you why. When I heard this morning, I literally did a little dance, right? Uber and Lyft face worker misclassification lawsuit from California Attorney General and city attorneys. Right, and I'll tell you why I did a little bit of a song and a dance when I got this news. Firstly, I've been to his offices on Hill Street. I've met the man. The Deputy Attorney General who works right under him, Robert McKim, is a good friend of mine and a very good client of mine. So I get the download. So the very first person I called today was Deputy Attorney General, my friend and client, Robert McKim. And I said to him, why didn't you guys tell me this? We have the conversation all the time. I tell you what punks and what assholes these companies are and what they're doing to the drivers. You know, you could have included me in this. You know, I would have added the hammer to the story. And he said, you know what, can't really talk about it, but I will get the whole scoop from the Deputy AG. I have met Mr. Becerra, Mr. Xavier Becerra at his offices when Mr. McKim took me up to the second floor and introduced me to all the staff. And from what I know from past cases that this Deputy Attorney General has been working on is that Xavier Becerra is a no-nonsense guy. He will go in. Uber and Lyft have no idea who they are facing here in Xavier Becerra. He doesn't mess around. You know, he builds his case. San Francisco, San Diego, Los Angeles, led by the AG and city attorneys, pound them. Why? Because Uber and Lyft think they're above the law. You see, they think that the law doesn't apply to them. The law on January the 1st, 2020, clearly stated or clearly showed what these companies were supposed to do. And not only is he going to penalize every single violation for violating every single driver, but I'm going to read this to you. The guy is going to hammer them. This is Uber and Lyft's worst nightmare, because this is the type of guy that revokes licenses, will shut down cities. Well, he will not take Tony West's crap, and he will not take Dara K's crap. I can guarantee you that. They've been tiptoeing and dancing around and not obeying the laws in London and double middle finger to AB5, not with Xavier Becerra, right? And I know that firsthand from the stories that I've heard from Deputy Attorney General Robert McKim, my friend, my client. He has shut down big gangster groups in LA. He has shut down people that have been involved with senior abuse. He doesn't mess around. So they ran into the wrong hands. And RM Zayas, I'm so happy to hear this. Me too. I mean, I was literally dancing because if I hear the New York Times drop the story, right? I hear few minutes later, I hear Eyewitness News, ABC 7 drop the story. Then I hear TechCrunch drop the story. It's got to be big. And when something is big, the first thing that I do is I run off and I look at the stock price. And this hit the stock price right away. It went down. And they are not going to... Xavier Becerra is a hard-hitting guy. They truly could have not come across a more fearless warrior than this guy. And man, I tell you, some of the stories that I've heard, this guy takes no prisoners, boy. He just marches in and gets the stuff done. Pastor Potter Gabe says, can I get a selfie? Oh yeah, 100%, my friend. I'd love to. I love taking selfies with people. I love to invite people for lunch or or breakfast or coffee. Ask the many drivers. It's like, hey, hey, can we do a selfie? Not only let's do a selfie, let me get you a meal. Let's go for something to eat. Right? It's really good to sit down with real people and to understand what's going on the street. I can sit down with drivers for hours and share stories. You know, we did that the last time before the pandemic in Long Beach when we threw the party. When you actually get the chance to huddle around real drivers, at that time there was no 6 feet distancing, and you can share your real stories. Leo Casamento, good to see you here, buddy. The hammer finally drops. Yeah, this guy's hammer hits hard. They messed with the wrong guy. And I mean, I could tell you many, many, many stories. I get the download from Deputy Attorney General Robert McKim, right? I'm going to meet with him this week and get the whole scoop on this one. I want to know how severe this is for Uber and Lyft. I want to know what consequences Uber and Lyft are going to pay for this. So the one thing which was music to my ears, I just want to read this to you. California Attorney General Xavier Becerra, along with city attorneys from Los Angeles, San Diego, and San Francisco, filed a lawsuit asserting Uber and Lyft gain an unfair and unlawful competitive advantage by misclassifying workers as independent contractors. The suit argues Uber and Lyft are depriving workers of the right to minimum wage, overtime, access to paid sick leave, disability insurance, and unemployment insurance. Let me just tell you, Eddie Cuevas is in the house. Good to see you, my friend. My Info CLA, good to see you. Udaya Raj Kandal, good to see you. BB Junk Stuffix, good to see you. Good to see you all. Let me just read this to you, because some of us may go back to 2015, some started in 2016, some started in 2017, some have been working before 2015. When you start adding up, right, when you've been misclassified and you start calculating your minimum wage per hour, your overtime wages per hour, your access to paid sick leave, which was never paid, your disability insurance, which was never covered, and unemployment insurance. When you factor all of these together and you start doing the numbers, all I can say is go to the damage calculator of Potter Handy. When you start doing the numbers, you will actually see how much the company owes you, right? Owes you, money due to you. Here it says the lawsuit filed in the Superior Court of San Francisco seeks $2,500 in penalties for each violation, possibly per driver. And my guess is it's going to be per driver. Nightjackers, according to the calculator, they owe me $455,000. And you're absolutely right, right? Because when you start calculating overtime, and rideshare drivers put in big hours and they put in late hours. As soon as you go over that 8-hour threshold mark, the numbers start getting big. So I want you to go after that money, Nightjackers. James Campbell said, evening. What do you think of the Pennsylvania AG's interview with DoorDash CEO? I looked at it. I watched a little bit, not all of it, but I really appreciate you sharing it with me. It does sound like a very caring guy, right? IQ Boy says, hi, everyone. We say hi back. Rak Alexanian in the house. Greetings, my friend. Good to have you all here. It's really nice to have you around the table and we can just bounce our stories around, right? But can you imagine they are liable for $2,500 in penalties for each violation. That is possibly for every driver under the California unfair competition law, and another $2,500 for violations against senior citizens or people with disabilities, right? So that's one sum of money that they're going to have to pay. The other is obviously the big amount which these guys are going to fight for, and that is, hey, pay up, right? And that's potentially hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars. The companies, we believe and argue, are shirking their obligation to their workforce, Becerra said in a call today. By shirking those obligations, Becerra said, Uber and Lyft are shifting those costs to California taxpayers. So Derek Kay pretending, hey, I made a call to Trump, he's going to come to your aid, he's going to pay you out. No, it's just shifting responsibility. That's not taking the responsibility. That's saying, hey, California taxpayer, come along and please bail out all of these drivers, right? And that's what Becerra said is wrong. I've said that all along. In fact, before this news even broke, I dropped Xavier Becerra's name several times because I also know he's looking at Trip. He's looking at the company Trip. So he doesn't want to be in, Rob McNulty of Trip doesn't want to be in Xavier Becerra's crosshairs. No. If Xavier Becerra has Rob McNulty in his sights, there's trouble. If Xavier Becerra has Uber and Lyft in his sights, there's trouble for those two companies. This guy operates differently, and I've heard numerous stories, again, from the person who works right under him. Same address, second floor on Hill Street, and that is the Deputy AG, Robert McKim. Really, really good friend of mine, right? In fact, I'll gladly show you a picture of him and I together out and about. We went to watch Yachtly Crew on Sunset. It was Robert McKim and his lady, and I was out with Laura, right? A really, really, really good contact, a really good man to know, especially in these times now that this case. I said, I want to sit down and I want to know all the juice, what's happening in this, who the players are, what are they hitting them for. I really want good ammunition for my channel so I can start reporting on it. American taxpayers end up having to help carry the load that Uber and Lyft don't want to accept. Becerra said these companies will take the workers' labor, but they won't accept the worker protections. Let me tell you something. Not only is he standing up for Los Angeles, where he's based, he will stand up. The type of character Xavier Becerra is, he will stand up for every driver. Uber and Lyft, especially Tony West, that weasel who constantly thinks he's above the law, will not want to mess around with ultra testosterone. I wish we could fire this punk yesterday. We should drop the hammer hard on him. We have no time for this piece of trash that has made our lives a misery. He owes us big time, and I'm telling you, we have the right boxer in our corner. Spray those bastards. Exactly. These guys, I did another live stream this morning, I'm sure you guys followed that, where this guy King Lip, one of their main investors, was putting the pressure on Uber and Lyft, say, okay, show me a game plan how you're going to get riders back into the cars. There was no mention once, not one single time. How are we going to bring the drivers back into the cars? What can we do for the drivers? What have we done for the drivers? What do we still have to do for the drivers? No. The pressure on Uber and Lyft by this idiotic investor was, how do you get these riders back into the car ASAP? And Eddie Cuevas couldn't have said it better. King Lip, another piece of shit. He truly is a piece of shit, right? And these are the guys we got to smack down over and over again in social media. Tweet it, retweet it, Facebook it, share it. Let's get relentless pressure. I am this, guys, you know me, you know what I stand for, you know how I go out fighting every single day, trying to get the dollars into hard-working drivers' pockets. This, my friends, makes me happy, right? And knowing this group of people, you're not going to pussyfoot around them. You're not going to do a little dance around them. This guy will pull license after license after license, right? That's sort of the word that I heard. He will revoke their license. They will not be able to operate at LAX, he will shut them down because he has the power to do that, right? You know, we're an army of 4 or 5 million strong. We're on the front lines. We're not afraid of these fools, right? And if you want to call yourself an executive leader, if you want to have the title executive management, show leadership. I have seen no leadership from both companies, right? And I really think the time has come to chop salaries, 42 million Dara K, and replace him with someone who's willing to work for $5, $6, $7 million, right? Who has more competence, who understands workers better. That's where they need to start chopping. They need to put all those executives on the chopping block, flush them all out, get the virus out, get the Uber virus out, flush them out all, you know, they can grab their bags, their briefcases, leave the premises. If they want to start fresh in Dallas, where they want to start up again, they want to shut down in San Francisco apparently and start up in Dallas. I hope it's a new, fresh group of people with true leadership skills who really want to work with the labor force, with the workforce, with the drivers, with the delivery people, with the gig people, right? Show us a whole new bunch of new, fresh faces. Thank you, IQ Boy. I really appreciate you. He says, chipping in for the big hammer and the smash the assholes. Yeah. And I'm gonna get a meeting. I'm gonna get, mark my words, I'm gonna speak to the Deputy Attorney General, and I am gonna get a meeting with Xavier Becerra, with the Attorney General. I want him on my channel. I want him to sit in front of my laptop and do a live feed and explain to the drivers why. And he can communicate directly. I want him right here next to me, or I'll get the Deputy Attorney General, and I want to explain to the drivers why these guys were sick and tired and had enough of Uber and Lyft shenanigans, right? Let's hear it from the horse's mouth. I will bring the horse to the table, and the horse or the stallion, the fighter stallion, will tell you, not me. You can hear it either from the Deputy AG or from the AG, but I've been there. I will get in again through Robert McKim. Definitely. I mean, this is good news to be dialed in. If he works for the guy in the same building, right? Let's find out what's really going on here. It would be good to have a person like that on a live feed who can communicate with drivers and say, look, drivers, this is what's going down in California. We've had enough. So this news is really, really positive. Okay, and I hope it has a ripple effect. It shouldn't always be about the California drivers. We're talking about the companies misclassifying gig workers in all states. This should not just be a California versus Uber and Lyft battle. This should be all the states versus Uber and Lyft, let's get our money back battle. Okay. So again, he says the companies we believe and argue are shirking their obligation to their workforce. That's us, Becerra said in a call today. By shirking those obligations, Becerra said Uber and Lyft are shifting those costs to California taxpayers. American taxpayers end up having to help carry the load that Uber and Lyft don't want to accept, Becerra said. These companies will take the workers' labor, but they won't accept the worker protections. In a statement to TechCrunch, Lyft says it's looking forward to working with the California AG and mayors. In a statement to TechCrunch, Lyft says it's looking forward to working with the California Attorney General and mayors across the state to bring all the benefits of California innovation economy to as many workers as possible. You see, they're scared of him. Lyft is not going to get into a battle with them. Uber always has this arrogance and they always think above the law, right? Always. That's just their go-to line. Go in, break the laws, gain territory, break the laws, face lawsuit after lawsuit after lawsuit, get shut down, appeal, maybe losing the appeal, maybe winning the appeal. This is how they do it. They do all of their battles with legal wrangling. The arrogance within Uber, more than Lyft, right, is that we're above the law. It's the Travis Kalanick stigma. It's the Travis Kalanick culture, which Dara K adopted. And Dara K tries to always point fingers. Have you ever noticed how Dara K always points finger? Oh yeah, Travis K, the bad boy, we came in, we doing the cleaning up. I have not seen any corrections or cleaning up being done by Dara K. Quite the opposite. He's taking what Travis Kalanick has done for years. He's duplicated that arrogance, right? And he's even increased it. And he always has the audacity and the cheek to point his fingers at Travis Kalanick and say, that's the bad guy. That's the guy you should go after, right? Whereas he has adopted the culture and is spitting in the faces of the Colombian government, of the UK government, of the California state government, right? But it ends somewhere. It does end somewhere. And my guess, it ends with Xavier Becerra, right? I should really try on the other phone to get this Deputy Attorney General on the phone, on the live feed, and get a little bit more information from him. GoDonny.com says, get slapped on the hand, get slapped on the hand. It happens in my market. They ran them off, and then they had to get all the right permits to come back. You're right. You know, they get slapped down. They get slapped down because they're breaking laws. They're above the law. They're above the law. And then, you know, the permits are taken away, like they did in the UK and like they did in Austin, Texas. Austin, Texas didn't mess around. They said, piss off, get out of here. Oh, and then they come crawling back. Oh, look, here's the permits, right? But go in, make the money, be greedy, take. Don't follow the laws, disobey the laws, get slapped down, like GoDonny.com says, get slapped down, fight back legally, buy time and appeal, and then right at the end they come in, they say, here's the permits. It's the same BS that they do all the time. Sam, 100%. Dara and Tony, snow pants down. Boy, I'm telling you right now, Tony West and Dara K are running around without their pants in the streets right now. They scared. They are scared. This was the right move. It's Moose says Travis Kalanick's view was to intentionally ignore the law. Dara K is just following in Travis's footsteps. Very well said. Very, very well said. I couldn't have not said that better, right? Travis Kalanick would get a kick out of it. He would get a thrill out of it. If you heard him, you know, we pioneered, I'm a trailblazer, go in, create, you know. We didn't have any permits, no laws. He just marched into cities and did what he wanted. And that's why he really pissed off so much of the taxi industry. And that's why he really needed to leave, because people were after Travis Kalanick, right? You don't just go in and bust up the taxi organization. That's old money. They put a lot of money in for those medallions. And Travis Kalanick went in with the middle finger into every market, into the German market, into the UK market, into New York. That was Travis Kalanick's culture, right? And then in comes Dara pretending to be this little lamb, which is actually he's a wolf in like a little lamb outfit. That's who he is, really. And then he likes to point fingers. Have you noticed how Dara K always likes to point fingers at Dara K? Well, in the culture and, you know, all of that abuse and the sexism, all the crap that was going on in all the abuse that was going on in Uber. And he's like, pretends I have nothing to do with it. I was the guy that came in to clean everything up. You didn't clean up anything, Dara K. You adopted the culture. And I would even argue you made it even worse, right? Because he has zero respect for the law. He's shown it. And his soldiers around him, Tony West. I mean, he has Pierre Dimitri, one of his guys, arrested 2000. It's a bunch of thugs that are running the show, right? Lance John is driving in Vegas and more, baby. How are you? I like that name. It's good. It's really good. GoDonnycom says, and this is the second largest casino market in the United States. Imagine getting run off your business. Doesn't look too good on stupid stuff like this. Exactly. And as James Campbell correctly said, Uber went to shit as soon as Dara K took over. I mean, they paid so much money, right, for this guy to leave Expedia. Right, he left $180 million settlement that he was entitled to with Expedia. He left that. So guess what Uber must have paid just for him to put his foot through the door, just to take that CEO role. Uber must have paid way over 250 million just to get him into the door, right? So knowing who he is, knowing his culture, knowing how he's been operating since a teenager, it comes to no surprise, right? That corporate greed, that investor greed, they're really seeing their asses right now and worrying, right, in these times. This is stressful for them, this pandemic, because they can just see the money being, with a leaf blower. The money is like with a leaf blower, just blown straight out of the building, out into the streets, right? Pastor Potter Gabe says, are we opening things up too soon? My opinion, yes, we're opening up things too soon. That's my opinion, right? But everyone's entitled to their opinion, right? Ronald Van Engen says, I hope all drivers have kept their receipts, fuel, tire, cars, washes, cell phones, and all cell phone plans to run the app, depreciation on those vehicles, plus Uber and Lyft. Yes, 100% correct. Pastor Potter gave us just my opinion. I would like to see things, I would like, in this case, I would like to see, talking about the pandemic, is top to bottom management. If you look at the German president, Angela Merkel, it's a law for the land, and you all abide by the law and you all work together. It worked well. New Zealand followed the same style. What's happening here in the United States is that Florida may not be on board with the plan. Georgia, Atlanta, Georgia is not on board. Kentucky is not on board. So we have some states are on board, some states are not on board, and it's just chaos. These guys are doing this, these guys are doing this, people are still traveling, people are still going, moving, you know, east to west coast, definitely not west coast to east coast, and we can't put a lid on it. Chris Hollingsworth in the house. Nifty 50s Life, good evening. Good to see you here, Nifty 50. Good to see you, Chris Hollingsworth. Chris says, straight out of Dara K's San Diego, California, still no unemployment benefits. WTF. Hi, good. I like that opening line, Chris. Cheers to you. Craigslist is in the house. Time for some back pay for all drivers across the world. Yes, sir. I like your thinking, Craigslist. You know what made me so happy the other day? We had a gentleman in the room called Phil, who said he got $10,900 for back pay. Man, that made me so happy to see actually 5 figures, right? $10,900 and something back pay for misclassification. That made me happy. Rideshare 411, this lawsuit was planned, perfect time. Oh, I mean, Rideshare 411, you do some research on how Xavier Becerra handles cases and how he has shut down big rings, big crime rings. The guy is hardcore, right? He shut down an Armenian ring of about 300 or 400 people that were involved in big scams. He shut down gangs. This guy doesn't F around, right? So, you know, Tony West may think he's smarter than this guy, but this guy is just going to start yanking permits. Watch the leverage that this guy has. He is not going to give them any wiggle room. And I wish I could get, I should get Deputy Attorney General to come on the air onto my live feed with me. You'll like the guy. He's very well spoken. He is extremely smart, extremely smart. He's in his 60s, and you know, he works second in command under Xavier Becerra. You know, he's his deputy. Chris Hollingsworth, oh my God, I need something. What do you need, my friend? Cash. Nifty 50s, I got both my stimulus and EIDL grant. Dude, that makes me happy. I say cheers to that. Let's drink to that. Cheers to Nifty 50s accomplishments and good news. Very happy for you, my brother. Very, very, very happy for you. We have Baska Burotoki in the house. How are you? He says, well, we still get the PUA since California is partially opening up through different phases. Well, firstly, we're in the pipeline for the PUA in California because they only brought that out on April the 28th. And then they will also have to pay retroactively. So my guess is, you know, you should be getting 1 to 2 months. We should all be getting 1 to 2 months plus going forward. Now, if they open up the markets again and deem you, I don't think, if one of the reasons, remember, when you filed the PUA was, are you watching your kids that are out of school? So my guess is, as long as your kids are out of school and you're taking care of them at home, you qualify to not be at work and driving, right? Because you have to take care of your children, right? They're out of school. So, you know, best case scenario, you get 39 weeks of unemployment. Worst case scenario, let's say they force us to go back to work in a month or two. But in the meantime, what I want you guys to do, guys and girls, use the time wisely. Look at the options out there. Look at your plan Bs, your Cs, you got some money. Let's say this check comes in. Are you able to start a small little business with $2,500 to $5,000? Yes, all day long. And if you want to know how to do that, we can have that conversation, right? So if you stand to make $9,600, let's say, through unemployment, and you can put $4,000 aside to start up your own little business. Rideshare drivers and food delivery people are smart. They've learned all the ins and outs. We have the best people skills out there, by far, right? You would agree with me that we have the people skills. We got to communicate in the car, have conversations to get those 5 stars. We know how to network. We know how to work it in the car. So there's a specific skill set that all of you already have. If you can just channel that skill set into something new and monetize it, right? I don't want people to work for pennies. I don't want people to just barely scrape by. I don't want people to put in way, way more extra hours to make up the deficit and compromise their health and run up the mileage, get transmission issues, more tire changes, more oil changes. That's not what I'm advocating for here, right? I'm trying to find ways where we can get money into our pockets they owe us through the misclassification, right? You do qualify for the unemployment because you've paid into the system. Now take that money and work with that money, right? And Mark Fowdy says, doing it now, Professor. That makes me happy. Happy Cinco de Mayo, everyone. Happy Cinco de Mayo. Bless you all. If I had a nice ice cold, I'd really, really like a nice ice cold margarita. Don't think there's any tequila and mix in the house, but we all deserve a nice ice cold margarita today on Cinco de Mayo. And again, I want to wish everyone a happy Cinco de Mayo, especially to the Hispanic community. That's a big day for them. God bless you all. Welcome to my channel. We celebrate with you Cinco de Mayo, and we will all get through this together. All of us. We're all brothers and sisters in this game, right? And your amazing, loyal support, that's why I'm sitting right here, right? This is why I want to connect and get these type of characters onto this show, because these people are on your side. I can tell you something, Xavier Becerra is on your side, right? he understands this game is over. You bullshitting the drivers. He has spoken more about us in one interview about the worker, about the workforce, than many other people in the past, right? So for him to come out, I know we have the right guy, the right heavy hitter, uppercuts, jabs, lots and lots of right hooks. For us, like Pitbull powers, he's got the Pitbull powers. I like that one. Also want to start an epoxy flooring business. It's great. That's great. I will, Pitbull powers, email me. I have over 400 business plans pre-written. I bought them. If anybody says, hey, rideshare professor, I want to start this and this business, can you maybe take a look at your software and see if you have a business plan that meets my type of criteria, what I want to start? What I want to look at is Pitbull Powers says, I want to start an epoxy flooring business. I am pretty sure I've come across a business plan of that nature. I should forward it to you. You then take that business plan, it's 25 or 30 pages, you read it, and you just rewrite it as if it were your company. Your name, your company name. If they talking about starting with 1 or 2 workers, maybe you want to start alone or with 1 or 2 workers, you get a good idea what all your costs are, and then you do some projections over 2 or 3 years based on your city. I'm sure you're in a big city where it's high demand, but I will support you all day long with that, Pitbull Powers. Just like I said to Scott Tucker, I've already sent stuff to Scott Tucker. Move it forward, my friend. He wants to really start this one type of business. Move it forward, right? Start small. You can bake small little rolls and bread rolls, and then later on you can bake the big loaves of bread. Start small. Start small, think big. Okay, roger that. You have my email. I will definitely look up. It's on this computer right over here. I will look it up. I'm doing a little excursion off the road now. We're going to get back to the topic. And it's moose. No more pool. No more pool. We're done with pool. Say no to pool. Okay, so I think I have about 400 business plans here. Pizzeria. If you're starting a pizzeria, obviously you're going to make it pandemic proof, right? A lot of these little pizzerias are going down because they never took any emails, they never took any data from their customers. They don't have a website. They can't do takeout deliveries, nothing, because they were relying too much of people coming into their restaurant and eating their pastas, their lasagnas, and their pizzas in the store. They didn't think the big picture. They didn't think electronic. They didn't create a website. They didn't create a takeout. You learn from this. We all have to learn from this. Electronic services, pet, photography, insurance company, linguistics, travel company. Keyword flooring. Anybody that wants to start a business, send me the keyword. I'll look it up and I'll see if I have a business plan in here. There we go. There we go. Here's here. I read through all of these plans. I remember there being a business plan for flooring. This is the one I'm going to send you. I'm opening it. See, it says sample plan browser. I can select my categories. I put in the keyword flooring, and right now this should spit out a business plan. I'm going to see how many pages it is for a new formed LLC, a flooring company. And I need to get this to you ASAP. It's a big file. It's PDF. It's opening up. So here it says, the sample plan browser makes it easy to search our extensive sample plan library for plans that match your business needs. Right, so if you have a business idea, trying to find out why it's not loading. Where is this? Where, this here? This is the best one. It's called Palo. This is the best one. It's won all the awards. Palo Alto Biz Plan Pro. This is the best of the best one. It's won tons of awards. It just helps you plug in the numbers. It helps you create the marketing plan. It helps you create the personal plan. It helps you create the e-commerce plan. You just plug in the numbers. The wording's already there for it. You make a couple of little edits and then you have a business plan ready to go, which you can forward to private to angel investors. Trying to open this sucker here. Come on, man. Why are you not cooperating with me? It's a very heavy program. I might have too many things running, but if it doesn't open now, I'm going to get back to it. I'll get it. And I'll send you a PDF. Yeah, if you guys have something in mind, you're even just contemplating maybe starting this or this business. Listen, there's 400 or 500 pre-written business plans, right? GoDonnie.com, 1,500 subscribers. Thanks for your support. Whoa, I love it. Guys, if we haven't subscribed to GoDonnie.com, this guy, I feel like I got much, much closer to this guy and understood what an awesome human being he is. And that was during that 24-hour live challenge, right? He's just a remarkable guy. Click on that thing, subscribe to him. We all support each other, and I just want to say congratulations on those 1,500 subscribers, my friend. You deserve it, and you deserve 30 times that. We'll get to 45,000. GoDonnie.com. It takes a while, right? I mean, to build subscribers, you have to hit that critical mass. Ask Dustin. We've had many, many conversations about this. You've got to brand yourself. You've got to find a niche, and you've got to keep on sticking to that niche and go for it relentlessly, right? Relentlessly. The subscribers will come, the viewers will come, the advertising dollars will come. Let me just put you open. Why is this thing being so stubborn? Now, this is exactly what this guy needs. Lady Net is in the house. Robin Reneth and Lady Net, back to back, 2 ladies walked in. We welcome you. Awesome. And Robin, thank you so much. I want to say thank you so much for all the awesome articles, for all the research, for all the legal cases, for all the links. She is a sweetheart. She sends so much good information our way, my way, and we can use it, right? And that's fantastic. Mark Fowdy is very different than Live Plan. You check it out. Check out Palo Alto Business Plan Pro is what all the .com companies were using way back before the tech bubble. Remember when we started? Oh, here it is. I think it's coming. You just have to be patient. Yes. Do we have movement? I see things loading. Yes, I see movement. Come on, baby. I saw some movement there. I could have sworn I saw some movement. Maybe I have to update this. Another business which I think is pandemic proof, recession proof, is anything to do with pets. There are so many people out there, ladies and gentlemen, they don't have children. Their pets are everything. Whether you get yourself a truck and you start a grooming service, or a pet hotel where you take care of the animals when people are traveling. I mean, I know a few people in the west side of LA who are making really good money. I know one guy who's servicing a lot of those wealthy people in Calabasas and Hidden Hills in Malibu. Here we go now. Sample plans. Let me just read you a couple of items that sort of should be included in a business plan. If you guys are, especially like Jimmy Abstract Echo, I need to learn how to market my artwork. I've got a great guy who is a brilliant marketer at marketing artwork. His name's Irvine Zazinski. Should put you guys together. But what needs to go into a business plan? And I know I'm going off course. I'm going to come back to Xavier Becerra because I am so stoked and excited that this guy is going to club Tony West and crew. I know he will. You have to have your cover page, sort of like your one pager, your legal page. That sort of is called the introduction of your business plan. The main body is usually the executive summary. You talk about the missions, the key to success, the objectives, right? That all falls under the executive summary. The company summary talks about the startup summary, about the company ownership. Are you the only owner? Are you in partnership with someone? What type of services do you offer? Then you do your market analysis. You start analyzing the market. How big is your market? How is your market local? Is it also online, right? Is it worldwide? Is it global? Is it just city specific, right? Do your market analysis, your target market segments, your service business analysis, your competition. You talk about your competition and buying patterns, strategy and implementation. Usually you could put your milestones down there. By then we'll be incorporated. By then we'll be rolling out our market. By then we'll be done with our website. By then we're doing this. So you could like a nice, clearly laid out milestones, how you're going to achieve these goals, why you have the competitive edge over others, right? What is your marketing strategy all about? What is your sales strategy? What is your sales forecast, right? What do you anticipate making monthly or by year? You can break that down, go into a lot of length in the milestones. You can have a website marketing strategy. You can have development requirements. You can have your management summary, your personal plan, your financial plan, break-even analysis, projected profit and loss, profit monthly, profit yearly, gross margin monthly, gross margin yearly, projected cash flow, projected balance sheet, business ratios. I mean, once you start plugging in, and those don't have to be all highly accurate, this is just what you're thinking after all of the research that you've done, right? So Jimmy, for example, if he really wanted to create a business plan for, or Pitbull Powers, if you wanted to do a business plan about his flooring company, you know, you could go to Google and start researching. Firstly, look at all the flooring companies around you. You know, list your competitors. Look at your competitors. Do they have websites? Are they overpriced? Right? Look at their ratings on Google. Why does that flooring company have 2.5 rating? So once you get a good feel for your competition locally and online, I remember I wrote several business plans for friends. I think the biggest number that I raised for one individual, and I got a percentage of that, was $27 million. I raised with this business plan software. This business plan Pro Premier and myself, we go way back. We go all the way back till 2002, me and this plan here. So I've used this thing many, many times. A friend of mine started a soccer academy. Bang, we banged out a business plan on a weekend, right? He got one or two smaller investors, 25,000, 50,000. He started a soccer academy. Boom, thanks to this, right? Had one guy in the casino business way back when he was buying slot machines and vending machines. We used this to raise a couple of million. So this works. It really, really does. Here it says access over, I said 400 sample plans. It's actually access over 500 sample plans in our sample plan library. It's a great place to start. And it is a great place to start because you can read these plans. You learn so much. Even if you read 10 or 15 or 20 business plans, you clearly get an understanding how they're structured, what are they going after, what's in them. I wonder why this flooring one won't launch. Let me try again. There it is. I don't know why this is giving me trouble here. I've always been able to open these right away. Robin Reena says mid-May according to UI website. Oh, that's for Vegas, right? Yeah, Vegas is way, way, way behind. Way behind. Abstract Echo, smash that like button. And let me, I'm going to try one more, and then I'm going to try put in a keyword called art. Rack Alexanian, I don't know why YouTube blocked that message. I didn't block it. Ronald Van Engen says, let's see who the real drivers are. If Uber sets your schedule, made everyone employee, how many of you would stay? We're not going to be employees, and we're not going to be independent contractors, right? And again, Ronald, I'm not for this employee status, right? I'm just saying that what they believe we are, they classify us as independent contractors. The state says we are employees. My guess is it's going to be a hybrid between employees and independent contractors. But the bottom line is, you and I, as well as everyone else, is owed all that back pay for misclassification. So let's collect on that. If they want to go in the future and they want to create a new hybrid between independent contract and employee and give the flexibility, you can work with whom you want, when you want, I'm all for that, right? But you can't go out there and pay below California minimum wage and then expect the driver to carry all that burden, all the costs of the car, right? That formula doesn't make sense. Let me just see why. So I want to read that other. All right, well, I'll go through that. Euris Gonzalez is in the house. We welcome you. I like your thinking, Rack. Alexander says, can't we open together airport pickup and drop off with 200 cars? Need to elaborate on that a little bit. Christopher, we are employees because we are required to hit milestones to keep a status position. Well, I think that the law clearly states that we qualify at least for the benefits and for the minimums of employees. I don't think that badge employee is ultimately what we want to carry. I think we want to look at the way they are classifying us, the way the states wants us to be. Oh, it was not connecting to a web server, that's why. Oh, download the latest. Oh, I see. Okay, so I have a I get it. I get it. I think I have I've got a block. Let's see now. Maybe this will work now. Sample plans. Open these 100 times. Maybe it'll work now. It's not connecting with this service because I have like firewall protection software or blocking software. Let's just see. I've deactivated. Let's see. James Campbell says, excellent point, Christopher. Yeah, I think Christopher has made an excellent point. Jay Morris says, I sent that BS article to you this morning. No support at all for us here in Vegas. Sorry to hear that. It's all good. Laura's breaking down the house here in the kitchen. Abstract Echo says, I don't care if they make me an employee or independent contractor. I just don't want Uber playing both sides of the fence and screwing the drivers. Let's see if this is working. Come on, baby. Let's see if persistence pays off. There it is. There it is. Here I have your flooring. Is Pitbull still in the house? Is Pitbull still in the house? Finally. Yes, sir, that's your business plan. This is about starting a flooring company. And you read this, how many pages? Let me just see how many pages. 31 pages. I said 25 to 30, right? I was pretty. You read Pitbull Powers. You read these 31 pages, my friend, right? The numbers, the marketing, it's all here. It's all here. Let's make this a little bit larger. The sales, let's go back up. So I want to show you what a business plan, this is and I have 500 pitbullpowers@gmail. Okay, let me email that to you right away, my friend. File. I'm going to file this as, save as copy. I'm going to save this as Pitbull. Pitbull! I'm going to save this as flooring. And Jimmy, remind me to get you the art business plan, okay? And then you and I need to talk about your marketing plan, Jimmy, because that's your key. Flooring Pitbull, PDF, save. And I'm going to start this here. Bear with me, people. I want to complete this this promise. So I don't have it sort of like, I want to get it done so that the guy has got it, and then okay, let's see. Where's my friend here? We need to launch this. It's taking forever. Well, we're hanging out, so oh, you don't have to pay me, Pitbull. Seriously, honestly, but I appreciate. And I'll also send you a let's put a keyword portfolio for you together. What is this? Epoxy flooring, right? Let's just do this quickly. Did we upgrade this?
Yes, we did.
Why is it so slow?
It's that website maybe is busy.
Her company is paying for the internet. That is cool. Dara the cockroacha. Okay, why? There we go. We are going to compose. There's Epoxy. He's already emailed me. Got it, thanks. And I'm going to reply. And then I want to put in a keyword flooring. Let's get you a nice keyword portfolio, so all the ways you could attract, especially web traffic, right? You could really make, there it's running flooring, seeing all the combination flooring options, flooring, carpets, all of these type of keywords people put into their Google and YouTube searches. You want to get these leads. You want to funnel these into your new flooring website, okay? And in that flooring website, you might, you might even be selling products or glues or actual different whatever, if it's epoxy glues or wherever it's hardwood, different types of hardwood flooring where you could do drop ship, meaning you create a couple of relationships with flooring manufacturers and you have them ship out the product. You become a vendor of theirs. You facilitate the order on your website. They ship it out. You have no warehousing. You have no costs running through your company. You're just facilitating the transaction. You say, hey, so-and-so company, we got an order. Here, I'm paying you the wholesale price. You ship it out to my client. You're facilitating all the orders through your portal, right? And what are you doing? How are you getting the leads? You're using all of these keywords to drive the traffic to your flooring company. So we export the keyword list. Here we go. My guess is it's going to export it into a text file. I'm going to call it flooring pitbull keywords. You're then going to go out and find yourself a good annual web hosting plan. You're going to get yourself a nice WordPress template. You're going to park that WordPress template on your annual hosting plan. You're going to plug in all the pictures, all the wording, and you're going to bring in an SSL certificate, an e-commerce certificate, which actually hooks you up with the bank. You go to your bank, Pitbull Powers, you tell them, hey, here's my LLC, here's my bank account, I need to do online transactions with my company. Hook me up with a terminal. You integrate your SSL into the e-commerce, and now you can facilitate products. So not only are you getting leads for your job, 1 or 2 hour radius, you can drive to the clients, you can do installations, but you're actually also shipping out product, which is facilitated through your banking gateway. The monies end up in your bank account, right? For that, you have to hook up your website with an SSL certificate to your bank. Okay, why? There we go. These 2 files are for Pitbull, compliments Rideshare Professor. You got the business plan, and you got your first keywords. If you need any additional help, my friend, you know where to find me, right? I'm right here. There we go. Off it goes. Done. Please confirm it's in your inbox. Jimmy, I owe you the same. I'll give you the keywords and the business plan, which is the right fit for, I know what business you do. So Mark Fowdy says SiteGround is the best hosting site. Make basic WordPress site. Good. There's some really, really good services out there. What I also really like about the Simple Driver, Calvin, he has a ton of knowledge. If you really want to go through some of his videos, he is quite the guru when it comes to hosting and creating websites. I have my dear friend Brian Olson. You've met him, the guy with the big beard. He does all of that. I can do it. I've done it many a times myself. It just takes me 10 times longer than Brian. Brian's like boom, 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 done. I've built many websites myself, just, learning by doing. Setting up your hosting, getting GoDaddy all sorted out, Bluehost, upload your WordPress file, start filling out your template, bringing in SSL certificate, bringing in, it's a lot of work. You'd rather have someone do that for you. Pitbull Powers says, nicest thing anybody ever done for me. Dude, anytime. We're friends. Confirmed and received. That makes me happy. That makes me happy. If you have a smile on your face, my friend, awesome. If I can help you get in the right direction or give you a kick in the butt to get your business going, I've done my job, right? A little bit of a boost there, a little bit of an incentive to get going. Now, all you need to get is some really good, yeah, Mark Fowdy, you're right. It's not brain surgery, but people can do it faster. Yeah, there's certain experts that just are good. They do this all day long. Boom, 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 boom. They know how to set up the templates. They know how to integrate. And they're like, boom, boom, you know how quick they are, right? It's their trade. It's their profession. But yeah, Mark Fowdy, Simple Driver Calvin has really good videos as far as, correct, that's him, Simple Driver Calvin. He really has good videos regarding hosting and websites and that, using a website. Websites work. They really, really do. My dear friend Ruben, we set him up a website in December, probably added about 35 videos, a lot of little blogs, auto repair blogs. And I dropped off a motorbike there today. His car shop was full. His phones are ringing. I'm not saying I did it, but even if 1 out of those 10 cars came through an internet lead because they found Long Beach Auto Repair, great, we did our job, right? So case by case, depending, Robin Rena says hire Paycom to do your books. Uber, it's not rocket science to deduct UI and benefits out of your fares if you can deduct a charge direct to the rider and make me claim it as my earned income. Not. I like that. So, in a statement to TechCrunch, Lyft says it's looking forward to working with the California AG, and that'll, let me tell you, that's the best decision they could make. That's the right language. Uber, on the other hand, listen to this, Uber, on the other hand, says it will contest this in court. See how different they are? Lyft says, hey, Attorney General will play ball. Let me tell you, that statement that Uber made is going to come back and haunt them. That's obviously made as a joint decision between Tony West and Dara Case. They made the decision, hey, we can take this Attorney General on. You're taking on Xavier Becerra. Have you done your homework on Xavier Becerra? Have you seen what Xavier Becerra has done to big rings in LA, to big drug gangs? Check it out. Read some of his accomplishments of what that guy has done in LA. Do you think that Xavier Becerra is afraid of Uber and Lyft? How do Uber and Lyft respond? They say, hey, we'll see you in court. Good luck with that approach. At a time when California's economy is in crisis with 4 million people out of work, we need to make it easier, not harder, for people to quickly start earning. Look who's in the house! San Diego Rideshare Pro. And while we're at it, do we have... Thank you, my friend, Thomas. Do we have a limo? Cool. San Francisco limo. I'm going to send you a business plan, Thomas. It's titled San Francisco limo. Look how great this software is. It has 500 pre-written business plans. I put in the keyword limo, limousine service, right? Comes up with four business plans. Tris says Lyft is passive aggressive, whereas Uber is just aggressive. Very well said. But I don't think that this... No, that's very well said. San Diego Rideshare Pro, good comment. To you as well, man. I'm just excited to see your car on the road. Take pictures. Take a lot of pictures and videos. Thomas. Livery. You want me to put livery in there? I will. Livery. Does it have a livery? Livery. Yep, it does. Valley Airporter. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. I mean, livery versus limo, the same business plans showed up. The same, I put this keyword limo and I put the keyword livery, and the same 4 results showed up. If anybody wants a copy of that, I'll send it to them. Just put your email here. Eddie Cuevas, you'd be good at that. It's your calling, my friend. And that's a topic I love to share and teach. Eddie, I'll send it to you. Let's see. Got it there. I love to love. I am. Flooring one we've done. Come on. It's taking a very, very, very long time. There we go. Who wanted that? Okay, I'm gonna send it to 3 people here. Eddie, Mark Fowdy, and Douglas. Let me just save this quickly. File, save as a copy. Limo. I'll send you a few. Limo. Just want you guys to get an idea how these things are structured. Drop those emails in there. Cool. Robin, you want one as well? You got it. I like it. So let's put R Renerth, R Renerth, R Renerth 65 at gmail.com. The next one is and let me also include some keywords for you guys. Eddie, I'm getting to you. Eddie 122. Sorry, the lighting's right in my eyes. It's taking a little long here. 75 at gmail.com. Next one I think is Mark Fowdy. There's Mark. Fowdy at bc.edu. Fowdy at bc.edu, and then I believe we had Douglas M. Douglas M 162 at gmail.com. Title biz plan plus keywords. Let's go with this. Let's put the, let's get another biz plan up and running. Let's put keyword. Limousine service Los Angeles, limousine service Orange County. So what you can do here is, if you like Mark Fowdy, you have to look at all the neighborhoods within an hour and a half, 90-minute radius. Every small little neighborhood, right? You have to create the combinations of limousine service plus city. Let me just export that. Limos. Limousine service near me. It's a big one. Limousine service near me. Right, let me just get here. Retry. Retry. No. Eddie Cuevas, thank you, my friend. God bless you. It's on its way. I'm trying to get you a little bit more. I'm adding stuff. Add the keywords for you. It's just the beginning. Then let's look at that. Okay. Trying to get a second business plan for all the limo people that were interested. Ralph T. Okay, so if Potter Handy doesn't handle the case in DC and Maryland, I did make a video for you guys of that national database, NELA, N-E-L-A. I think that's what it was. NELA.org. That's where you can look up other class action attorneys. Trying to get a second business plan here. Robin says, hey everyone, I just got a message from Uber that I improved their map. How did you improve their map? There it is. Premier Transporter Services. Okay. There it is. Let's save this. Save copy as, I'll put Premier. And I am going to attach that to the other business plan plus the keywords. Where's Premier? There it is. And let me create one more portfolio of keywords. What else can we say? Limousines. What other keyword can you give me? Private transportation. Private transportation. Private transportation services. Private transportation services for seniors. Damn, there's a lot here. Okay, export, private transportation keywords, and you guys can think outside of the box and make the boom. And then I'm attaching that to that also, so you're getting 2 business plans and you're getting 2 sets of keywords from me. One is limousine services and the other one's private transportation. There it is, private transportation. I'm sending this to 5 people. And let me know what else you need from me. There we go. And off it goes. Cool. All right, done. Chauffeur. Anybody else wants it? You just put your email on the list, and then Jimmy, I will. Shut up. Let's see. I think this is the video.
California, San Francisco, LA, and San Diego are today jointly suing Uber and Lyft. The suit alleges both companies misclassified their drivers as independent contractors rather than employees under the state's new labor law. Attorney General Xavier Becerra announced the lawsuit Tuesday. The state and cities argue that drivers are deprived of workplace protections during COVID-19, including minimum wage and overtime. The lawsuit was filed in San Francisco Superior Court. So far, no public comment on the lawsuit from Uber or Lyft.
You're scared. That's why. Well, Uber did get back and said they will fight it. And Lyft said, Lyft, the passive...
We're concerned about the coronavirus emergency.
We've put together a list of your most asked coronavirus.
All right, enough coronavirus. The state of California and the cities of Los Angeles, San Francisco, and San Diego are jointly suing Uber and Lyft for allegedly ignoring California AB5 gig worker law. They claim that Uber and Lyft are knowingly and illegally misclassifying drivers as independent contractors rather than employees. Now, what Attorney General Xavier Becerra is doing here in California, you guys can email your Attorney General. You can talk about the Attorney General, and James Campbell can address the Attorney General in Pennsylvania. You can say, can you please follow in Xavier Becerra's footsteps and do what's right for the drivers in our state, right? And you get all of these Attorney Generals on board. Hammer them from Pennsylvania, hammer them from the Carolinas, hammer them from Florida, hammer them from Texas, hammer them from Utah, hammer them from New Mexico, hammer them from Nevada, hammer them from Mississippi, hammer them from California, which is already hammering them. Boom, ba boom, ba boom, ba boom, ba boom. These attorney generals all need to put their gloves on, right? Not just California. I want to see this for all drivers. Why is it that California drivers only should get these misclassification dollars? You guys need to pump up your attorney generals in Twitter saying, hey, Xavier Becerra is leading the way. Please support us drivers in our state. We can look up all the attorney generals in all of the states, right? That's not too difficult. Mark Fowdy in Massachusetts, Boston. Yeah, hit them from Boston. Who's your attorney general? Find out who he is, send the officers, send the links. Create a little letter, include these links. Hey, if the California attorney general is doing it for their drivers, please, sir, could you take care of us drivers? We've been misclassified, we owed overtime, this and this. That's money for the state. I'm sure that's money that Massachusetts or Boston would like. Mark Fowdy says it's Maura Healy in Boston. That's it. Look her up. Send the links of TechCrunch. I'll put them underneath. Say, dear Maura Healy, Attorney General of California, Xavier Becerra is showing us the way. Uber and Lyft have gotten away with way too much. They've misclassified drivers. Get the needed money back into the state, into Boston, and please take care of us drivers. We haven't been paid overpay. We haven't been paid for mealtime. We haven't been paid for sick leave. We haven't been paid for medical insurance. Hammer them. Hammer them. Hammer time. Alan Winston says, as employees, will they reimburse for mileage? No. Mileage is just a deduction that you can use with the IRS. With the companies will be, they will be hit for all the hours, right? On the clock, off the clock, meal times, overtimes. I'm not sure, Ellen. I'm not sure if mileage is calculated into the equation. I'm really not sure. I definitely have to talk to. Sorry about that. My feed went down on the other channel there. I need to get some power. I mean, what I should try and do is try and get on this channel right now. I'm going to be switching off. I appreciate the time. I'm going to try and get the Deputy Attorney General that works right under Xavier Becerra. I'm going to try and get him on the line. Right. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you guys.